I have a genuine question again for people from the USA. Why do you call football football? And why do you call soccer the actual football?
The answer is because the English called it soccer first. It is short for association football. Now, the term football, it's actually a misnomer that it's about using your feet to kick the ball. The term football comes from a collection of different ball games that were played throughout Great Britain. These games were played by the commoners and they were on foot. And they called it football to differentiate from aristocratic games played on horseback. So football did not necessarily mean you were kicking the ball with your feet. You could be carrying it. And eventually they would come up with different codes for the game. One of which would be association football and the other would be rugby football. And English schoolboys used to have a habit of taking the first syllable of a word and adding an R to it. So rugby became rugger. Soccer or association football comes from this same thing. However, the first syllable being asser was not a good name for the sport. So they skipped the first syllable, went to the second syllable, and got sock. So soccer. Soccer football was born at Oxford University. And the English taught it to us Americans like that. And eventually, here in the United States of America, we would eventually create our own form of football, which you know as American football. And because of this, we continued calling soccer soccer to avoid confusion. Because if we would have called it football too, wouldn't know what we're talking about, right? That might be a little bit too complicated to know what we're doing. However, the English then decided that soccer sounded too American. So they started denying that they ever called it that. And now they think it's an Americanism. But it's actually a case of a word they invented, they used, they taught to us. Then when they realized that we might take that sport over, they got upset and they started denying their own history.